Let us discuss the question. What do you make of Texans coach DeMeco Ryans saying he never considered benching C.J. Stroud despite 4 interceptions in the first half? So I've got Baby Draft, Designer Label, and Paris Baguette. And we will combine all of those things and put them together. And we are going to connect 1, 2, and 3 and play Connect 3. That's what we're going to do. So number one. Yes, all right. So welcome to the Big Top. Welcome to the Big Top. Step right up. Fun for all ages. Theater of the Absurd in Houston, Texas. You won't believe your eyes, and if you can't see, you won't believe your ears. That goes out to Stevie Meatballs and all the blind members of the Maller Militia. But my God, not for the squeamish or faint of heart, DeMeco Ryans' claim that he never thought about benching C.J. Stroud. He must be lying. He has to be lying. All right? If he did not consider the benching of C.J. Stroud at halftime, then he's really bad as a coach and should be fired. That's it. That's it. That's the thought right there. If this guy, the head coach of an NFL team whose quarterback had 5 fumbles in a game a week ago and then has 4 interceptions in the first half, and it didn't even cross your mind to bench the guy? Like, I have no skin in the game. I'm not a Texans fan. I'm just watching as a neutral party. You got to be joking. That's football malpractice is what it is. Read the room. Read the room. When your quarterback is out there drowning, you need to have the hook ready to go. Get him out. You could see it. I'm sitting on my ass watching on television. I could see the body language. I saw the look on C.J. Stroud's face. He couldn't get it out of his head. He couldn't do it. And if I know that, how the hell does the coach of an NFL team, that guy's coach, didn't know it? Stroud earned the benching. He deserved to be benched. I don't care if it's a playoff game or not. You have 5 fumbles one game, and then less than a week later, 4 interceptions. Bye-bye! Bye-bye! Get out of here. All right? The moment was just too big. Can't handle it. He's not a big game guy. C.J. Stroud is not it. At this point, you are what your record says you are. It was a massive mountain, and he was wearing slippers, and he had his pajamas on, and he didn't want to climb it. And that's it. That's all there is. And Stroud, he didn't just wilt under the pressure of the divisional round of the playoffs. He soiled the diaper. We all saw it. It was what can Brown do for you? It's on the back of his white Texans uniform. And there's DeMeco Ryans staying loyal. What has C.J. Stroud done to deserve loyalty? The guy's been a middling quarterback for multiple years now. This is not an all-time great, C.J. Stroud. And you're loyal to him? That's your guy? DeMeco Ryans, you stay watching him try to play quarterback in the first half, C.J. Stroud, it was like watching a baby giraffe learn how to walk on a frozen pond. Now, my theory on this, using some classic psychobabble, is that DeMeco Ryans, by not benching C.J. Stroud, admitted that C.J. Stroud is a soft football player. Okay, he's a Mr. Softy. That's C.J. Stroud. And DeMeco made a calculated decision to not bench him because it would have ruined him for the rest of his time with the Texans. So he sacrificed. If I'm right, DeMeco Ryans sacrificed a chance to win a playoff game. It was a winnable game at halftime. He sacrificed a playoff game because of the fragile ego of his suckbag quarterback. That happened. Please. And what did C.J. Stroud do to reward DeMeco Ryans' vote of confidence? He went out in the second half and was a 3-alarm dumpster fire, is what he was. He was the Duke of Puke in the second half there at a 59.2 quarterback rating. He had diarrhea in the pocket. He did. All the way to the end of the game. Final whistle there. Total dud. Dud. And DeMeco Ryans, he wasted what was a generational defense on a quarterback who is a total Zippo, a squadouche. from C.J. Stroud. And the lights get a little bright, and he sucks his thumb in the fetal position. My God. All right, now continuing the train of thought here as we recap the playoff games in the NFL this weekend. So the question here, is Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud, is Texans quarterback C.J. Stroud and his performance just a mere hiccup, or is this a long-term problem for the Texans? So I am a believer you are what your record says you are, and right now C.J. Stroud is, if he was a musical group, he'd be what? He'd be Chubba Wubba is what he would be, right? One great one-hit wonder from back in the day there. One hit, face plant, that's it, see you later, repeat. And a quarterback built on a highlight reel that's got a lot of empty calories, like a lot of empty calories for him. Now, remember 2023? Oh, the new kid on the block. Everyone loved him. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Balloons and confetti. Crown him the king, the new king of Houston. Oh, they were patting themselves on the back. They were pulling muscles, they being the Houston Texans organization. They'd found their forever quarterback. The parade was scheduled, and then they had to keep playing the games. And the sequel, we're still waiting for the sequel. We're still waiting for that sequel to happen. No second act, no encore, no reruns. All right? Or I guess just reruns here. It's the same thing every year now. So since that moment when C.J. Stroud was the Offensive Rookie of the Year, he has been a Jag. Not a Jacksonville Jaguar, just a Jag with a designer label, though. It's a Jag with a designer label, so he's got that going for him. Good for C.J. Stroud. And just a guy, inconsistent, like a flickering porch light. That's what C.J. Stroud is at this point. Spotty, like a rash that you don't want diagnosed, right? You don't want that diagnosed. It's a little spotty. I don't know what that is. And very unreliable. That's the thing about this. Like C.J. Stroud, the inconsistencies of his performance, although he's been very consistent in these playoff games, bad. But it's like going flying around and the airline that has the on-time departure promise. Well, he promised an on-time departure. And just like his throws. C.J. Stroud throws are often delayed because he takes too long, holds the ball for too long. Off schedule, he throws it high, low. You want to bounce pass. That's good in the NBA, not in football. Behind the intended receiver. And so if you look at Stroud on his playoff resume here, you got that one Browns beatdown that fooled a lot of people. They said, oh, that's it. He proved he can play in the playoffs. He played that Cleveland Browns. Was that Joe Flacco? I believe that was Joe Flacco who started that game for Cleveland. And since that mirage, 5 playoff games, 3 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 7 fumbles, a passer rating of 70 in those other playoff games. That's not growing pains. No. That is regression with a capital R. Capital R regression. And in 2026, C.J. Stroud created a new item at Foster Freeze. He put the cherry on top of the poopy sundae there. He made history. 5+ interceptions and 5+ fumbles in the postseason that had never happened before. An island of one. They still talk about years ago, Jameis Winston, the first 30-30 guy in the NFL, 30 interceptions and 30 touchdowns. Well, how about this? C.J. Stroud, first ever in a playoff run, 5 fumbles and 5 interceptions. The reason no one else has been able to do it is because normally you lose when you have 5 fumbles in a game, but the Steelers suck so much the Texans were able to win that game. And you normally get benched if you have that kind of performance before you get to those numbers, but not if you have DeMeco Ryans as your coach and you're a Mr. Softy. Then you continue to get rolled out there, and that's it. And so this is not a hiccup. This is a big issue, and that is not a guy you give a big, massive contract to and say, this is our guy forever and ever and ever. In fact, I would look to trade him. If I was the Houston Texans, I would say, all right, let's make a deal. There's teams that need quarterbacks. This guy's not the guy. Let's get rid of him because the guy can't handle it. He just can't handle the moment. Some people are cut out for it. He's not cut out for it. Get rid of him.